Hey YouTube, welcome back to The New Mechanic. My name's Randy and this is my E46. Today we're going to work on the CCV system. Alright, so for the CCV system, there's actually quite a lot of work that we have to do here, and most of it's just kind of finagling things and getting it to fit right. So I've already removed or moved out of the way this cable pack of some sort, the wiring harness, I guess you would call it. Next up, we're gonna have to get, I don't even know what that is, and then the throttle body. Once we get that out, then we'll have access to the CCV system. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. There's just 2 Torx screws on the top here to take off of whatever this thing is. I think there's 4 bolts that hold the throttle body on, and we'll go ahead and get those off and get all that out and then proceed on from there. So we now have good access to the CCV system. This right here is the CCV itself. This is what we're actually replacing. So it gets oriented in the car just like this. And there's 2 Torx bolts that screw in. One there, and then there's one on that side as well. Maybe you'll see it better right there. So this is what we're gonna go ahead and replace. I'm gonna go ahead and take the old one out. It may involve me basically destroying the old one and destroying the tubes and everything. But that's okay, we got replacement parts for everything. All right, so it took a little bit, but I finally got the old CCV system out. I ended up breaking it, which is fine. I broke all the pieces to it. This should be just like this, but that's fine. It's in 2 different pieces. The valve itself, I doubt you can see inside there. It looks a little cruddy, but for the most part, it looks fine. All the tubing was extremely brittle. As you can see on that end, it's just like splintered. A little bit of pressure, and it just breaks right off. So the new stuff, I mean, it'll break, but it's flexible right now. So that's what we need. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new one in. I'm gonna put you on time lapse because this is gonna take quite a while to figure out. It's taken a lot of effort even out of the car. Whew. Let's see. Alright, so I think the main issue that I'm having right now is that I got the cold weather kit because we're in Pennsylvania and it gets, freezing in the winters and whatnot. So it comes with some extra insulation, and that's making it really, really difficult to get the fitment right. I'm trying to slide the hoses together and they're just not going in. So I think I need to get some grease. I think I was told it was some dielectric grease would work with these O-rings and not deteriorate them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those tomorrow. I guess I'll see you then. And we're back for day 2 of the CCV install. All right, so I'm having a little bit of trouble, primarily with this one right here. The thing is, it's supposed to screw on almost. So, yeah, see. So that's supposed to screw on, and then you twist it. Problem that I'm having is that It takes a lot of force to get them together, and I have to do it while it's on the car. So we're gonna try again. I saw a new method. Hopefully it works. So again, you're gonna go on another time lapse, and hopefully it works this time. But I can fix it, so hopefully, positive thinking. Woohoo! First try! Yeah. I can't believe it. First try. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so I think we dropped the screw down. I think it's sitting probably on top of that metal plate, this reinforcement or the splash guard that we took out when we were working on the oil pan gasket. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that again. There's a wire that I wanna tape up anyways, so not a big deal. Hopefully we can find it. I can't find it. There's only one place that it could be that's really, really bad, would be the oil pan, because the top where the dipstick tube goes in is open. Highly doubt it went in there, but I guess it's possible. I'm gonna keep looking. Fortunately, I can't find it. Don't know where it went. I don't think it went into the oil pan. I just can't find this little screw. So we're gonna go ahead, there's 2 screws on the CVC system, or CCV system. I got the one in the top one, but the one that fell was the one that I was trying to put in the bottom one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the one out of the top, and then try to get the bottom one in, because I think that one's not up against where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, my camera card filled up the whole way during the time lapse, but while you guys were away, or while it was dead, we got a lot done. I almost got all of it back together. Just a few things that are left. For right now, I plugged up this F connector. This guy right here, it has a vacuum line that goes, I guess, to the trunk or something. I'm assuming it's something related to the gas tank, but I'm not sure. So we gotta do that. We gotta get all this stuff back here, put back on the air filter. And the only other thing we have left is here. This connector, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, isn't fully in the whole way. So I need to get that to go in. I think the O-ring is really kind of expanded, so I think if it sits in there overnight, I think it'll go through. You can see I've kind of butchered the insulation there, but that's fine. Besides that, I think the car's ready. Oh, and I have to put oil in it. We don't want to forget the oil because all this work will be for nothing. So, I'm gonna work on this another day, and you'll see me then. And we're back. We are so close to finishing up this project. I went to Napa. We got some vacuum lines, and I also got a new drain plug that has a magnetic end on it. Just in case I actually did drop the screw down in there. We're also gonna go ahead and drain the oil. I'm gonna try to save it, because it's brand new oil. Shouldn't be a problem to do this. So we'll drain it. If the screw is in there, maybe it'll come out. I don't really know. I'm not really too worried about it, but I did get the drain plug just in case. So let's go ahead and drain the oil, and then we'll get to the other stuff. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is tape up this wire for the oil level sensor. I think the last time I said pressure sensor. This is the one that got wedged into the oil pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape that up so that maybe it'll last a little bit longer. All right, there we go. So now what we're gonna do is drain the oil. I got a little pan that is nice and clean. It's actually an old water jug. We're gonna drain the oil. Hopefully the bolt falls out if it's actually in there, and then we'll put the new screw in. But there's no bolt, just this washer. So that's okay. Now that we got that done, we now need to get the vacuum line that goes to the F connector all the way to the fuel pump back into the car, or a new one into the car. So let's go ahead and look at that. Before I mentioned that we had just capped this F connector right here, so might be able to see. All I did was cap it. But the thing is, we want to go ahead and actually put the real tube in, so that's what we're going to work on right now. Alright, next up is we gotta get this plate off right here. I don't know what size bolts these are. Did I guess right? Yeah, 8s. So what we're gonna do is get this plate off. I believe the fuel pump is underneath it, and then we should be able to hook up this vacuum line to the fuel pump. Alright, so this is where we just took the plate off, and that right there is the vacuum hose, or the vacuum line that broke. So we're going to go ahead and replace it and put a new one on. Alright, so we finally got the vacuum tube back on. We're going to put the panel back on, put some panels up top, and then we should be able to start the engine after putting some oil in. Oh, and we also have another tube to connect on the CCV system. But besides that, it's done. So let's keep going at it. Alright, so we got the bottom completely done. One other thing that I did down there while I was down there, the headlight level sensor, we disconnected that while we were doing the oil pan. I forgot to reconnect it, so that should be good to go. I don't even know if the headlights go up and down, but well, who knows. But anyways, we need to put together the top of the engine bay, so I think that's all we have left. Oh, and the one tube up there for the CCV system. Don't let me forget. I just need to push it in a little bit further. Hopefully it actually goes in now that it's been a few days since I first got it in there. Hopefully that O-ring contracts just a little bit and then we can slide it in further. So let's go ahead and get this together, and then we should be able to put oil in it and start the engine. It's done! It's done! I think. Oil. We need oil. Then it's done. Walmart has it super cheap. I didn't realize it was as cheap as it is now. Alright, so I think we have the right amount. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the jacks, and then we'll start it. Alright, very last thing. Battery. Gotta get the battery rehooked up, and then we can start it. Yeah! Alright, wish me luck. This is the first start since we did the oil pan. We did the CCV system, and we also did the oil filter housing gasket. So, if I got everything right, the belts were in all the bolts where they belong, except for the CCV system where we dropped the bolt and hopefully it didn't go into the oil pan. If everything went well, it'll start and it'll drive. So, wish me luck. It started. It's idling really rough. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out. It's probably something related to the CCV system. Maybe it'll work itself out, but hopefully we'll find out. I'm gonna check for some oil leaks and make sure everything's good to go. I figured it out. I forgot to hook up some sort of vacuum line. I can see it. I think I have to take the air box out, and then hopefully it runs a little bit better. Take two. Hopefully this time it runs a little bit better. Seems better. We're gonna take it for a test drive, but I gotta get my driving shoes. All right, shout out to Abby, sister-in-law, for getting me driving shoes. Oh yeah. So we're gonna put these on and take it for a test drive. Told her that I would wear these on the next time I drove it, so this is the next time. All right, are you ready? Let's go. All right, so we're in the car. Whew, let's go for a test drive. I'm just really excited because this was a lot of work, and I thought, you know, for sure I wasn't gonna get it to work, so let's go for this. All right, so unfortunately you guys went for a little bit of a spill. I didn't keep recording because, well, I was having too much fun. But the car worked great. No problems whatsoever. The only thing that I think it might just be a part of this car, I don't know if it's actually a vacuum leak. Whenever I come up to like a red light or a stop sign and I stop, the revs drop a little bit and come back up to idle. So I feel like that's a symptom of a vacuum leak, but I really don't know. So I'm not gonna worry about it anymore because I've done just about everything that I could imagine to work on that vacuum leak. So I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. Car drives great and I'm really happy with it. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and clean up the garage, but you guys don't need to pay attention or watch that. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And tell your friends about this channel, that'd be awesome. I have some news coming up, so I'll create a new video for that, and I'll see you next time.